This section covers chapters 22 through 24 of the Hunger Games. Students need to be able to summarize the main events, evaluate and explain character development, discuss the themes developed in the selection, and discuss the application of irony. These keywords are the summary of events, specifically rainy days, the hunt and scavenge, and the cornucopia. The irony within this section revolves around PETA, and your themes include poverty versus wealth and the importance of appearance. The rainy days is when Katniss wakes up from her head injury to find PETA fully recovered and rain pouring down outside. PETA and Katniss talk about several different things. They discuss Rue and their alliance and how Thrush saved Katniss's life at the cornucopia. Katniss thinks to herself that if she or PETA cannot win, she would like Thrush to win instead because of Rue and because of how Thrush helped her and because she doesn't want Cato to win. She also thinks about, they also talk about when PETA fell in love with her. He recounts in detail her first day of school, their first day of school, and how this made him fall for her. They have their first waking kiss, in which they kiss and both of them are awake and neither of them is injured or woozy from injury, so on and so forth. And Katniss notes about this kiss that it's the first kiss that leaves her wanting more, and it's the first one that feels real, acknowledging that there may actually be some feelings here for PETA that are genuine and separate from all of the conflicted emotions about the Hunger Games and Gale. The rain stops and they go out to hunt and scavenge. They quickly discover that PETA with his leg injury is too loud to hunt, so they divide and conquer. She shows him how to find edible foods and then leaves to hunt. They are using the Mockingjay signal. When PETA doesn't return the signal, Katniss panics and comes running back. She discovers that PETA was down by the river picking berries and is very irritated because he didn't return the signal. She then notices some of the food has been eaten, initially becoming annoyed with PETA over it to try and pick a fight more. Her anger is disrupted when a cannon sounds and they realize that Foxface has eaten some of the poisoned berries PETA had collected and is now dead. Katniss goes back to the cave with PETA and she predicts that it will be the last night in the arena because the game makers are sure to force a final confrontation. Sure enough, when they wake up in the morning, they've discovered that all the water sources have dried up and therefore the only water is at the lake by the cornucopia. When they get there, Cato is not there. They sit and talk, while away the time. Katniss sings to the Mockingjays, and when the Mockingjay song is disrupted, they notice that Cato arrived and he's being chased by a pack of strange creatures that Katniss recognizes as mutations. The irony in this selection comes from PETA's skills. His lack of knowledge on how to survive in the forest begins as a problem for Katniss, but becomes an inadvertent help because it kills Foxface, eliminates another competitor that Katniss had forgotten and that Katniss had no idea how to deal with. It's also ironic in that the baker of bread, a creator of food and life, cannot provide any food or sustenance for himself. The themes in this selection are the importance of appearance. We see the importance of appearances when Katniss drops her guard. She gets visibly upset and cries over Thrush's death. She did not want to see him die. She calls it murder. She is outright upset here. We also see wealth versus poverty. Katniss was surprised to learn that PETA also feels the effects of poverty. He only gets to eat the stale food at the bakery and is not, even though he has plenty of food, it is not good food. Katniss finds an advantage in this in that she at least eats fresh food even when she and Prim and her mother occasionally go hungry. PETA's relative wealth also becomes an advantage in that the lack of survival skills gives them one step closer to going home through Foxface's death. Your assignment, of course, is the practice quiz on Edmodo, discussion question, and you need to read the final chapters of The Hunger Games.